Good afternoon, everyone. It's Sunday afternoon, July 2nd. And I tell you what, here in northern Florida, it is hot. It is unbelievably hot. We've had, and I never get these because it's always hot here, but there's a heat advisory today. And so you know when you get a heat advisory in Florida, you know it's hot. Everything is literally melting outside. Just kidding. Anyway, so it's a good day to do stuff inside, I suppose. Do not have a pool or anything cool like that. But, oh, my stomach is growling too. So hopefully nobody hears that. But I'm also a little tired. I got called into work about 2 o'clock in the morning last night for a couple hours. Had some problems and I'm worn out. But anyway, I told y'all I'd get a toned video going on today, and I promise. And I was going to keep it. So anyway, I just wanted to show this off today. I got this. Mother-in-law picked this up for me and gave it to me yesterday. So that's going to be the background for a little bit. Basically, it's the Second Amendment. Blah blah blah. Big supporter, like I'm sure many of you are. I know some of you guys, don't have the Second Amendment where you come from. So I think it's pretty cool. All right, on with the thing. All right, I want to show some toned silver. I've been getting a couple of cool things lately. Things lately, and I just kind of want to talk about toning. I had to look up myself, a lot of things, so I'm just going to spread a little bit of things that I found out. All right, toning basically is, for those that don't know, it's the change of color that occurs because of oxidation on the surface of the silver, which forms a layer of tarnish. So essentially, toning is tarnish. There are many different ways toning can occur. Let's see. It can both add or subtract from coins or rounds overall value. Like this eagle, right? This I don't think made it any more valuable. Does it look cool? Yes. And I just hope y'all can see the colors on this with my lighting. Hopefully this turns out a little better than I can see it through the camera. Alrighty, different colors and patterns have varying effects on the grade and value. I have a few coins like this one right here. It's essentially an eagle from Canada, but I bought this one because can you all see that toning? Because there's a cross pattern on here. I'm not sure how you get that. Some people have mentioned tape toner. That's not something I know much about at this point. But man, I had to get that one. Will this affect its value either way? I don't think so. But somebody like me is going to look at that and think, well, I'll take that over the plain one all day long. It can have different colors, combinations of patterns. Like a couple of these things. I've gotten this one here recently. Again, I'm not sure how well that's picking up the color on this. I mean, it looks kind of yellowy, goldy a lot, but there's some deep colors in there. Some greens and purples and blues that are just kind of hard to see. Probably a little easier to see on the back. All right, so I got this one, also found this one. I don't know, this is just a round. God, look at that color. I mean, that is crazy. I mean, it's real bright. It's real bright. It looks awful yellow. It might be my lighting. It looks awful yellow, but it's really kind of a copper looking color to that with some blue stuff along the edge. And then you can see it here starting on the back side. So of course I had to pick up both of those. See, and that just leads to stuff can happen on one side, both sides, or like this maple I have here, which is one of my favorites because of the way it is, or one area, right? So this is just the one area, the edge of the coin, and very little on the back side. But it looks really cool when it's in a stack of other maples and it just sticks out, right? Because everything's so brilliant silver, and boom, that one's in there. Let's see, there's a couple different ways to get toning, right? Natural, which just takes place over time. You know, this one I'm guessing, I'm not sure. This is kind of an ugly tone if you ask me. This one is just not attractive to me. It's just like dark gray. I mean, there's a little bit of green in here, but for the most part, it's dark. It's just unattractive, and there's kind of like a splotch down the middle of both sides of that one. I'm not sure. Happens because of a chemical reaction between metal surface and a contact with oxygen and sulfur. And I've even read online that people will take and do things to intentionally get these things to tone, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. See, harmful chemicals in things like the little slips, cheap coin holders, the flips, PVC, all have an effect on silver. Like this one, I have this nice bar, but you can tell it's kept in that slip, flip, whatever those are called, for a long time, and it just has that stain on it now. And also on the corners of the other side, both sides really, but that's where the corner where it was exposed to air outside of the flip. And you tuck it down in there, and if you ask me, this is a good example of an ugly tone. Just serves no purpose, no aesthetics in it whatsoever, even though this is one of my favorite bars. Other factors are temperature, humidity. I live in Florida. I think you guys know that. It gets real humid here. You know, I don't know how much that affects it. I keep little things inside my containers to keep the moisture down on these. I've never done any experimentation on what creates or actually trying to do any sort of toning or anything like that myself. Yeah, artificial toning happens kind of when you deliberately introduce chemicals to a coin surface. You know, for instance, I've read that people will take, you know, and I don't know if I have any examples of any of these, will take something like liver or sulfur and, you know, get it on the surface of the silver, you know, and put it in a container or whatever, and that's how they get some natural toning. I've also heard, and this is the first time I've ever heard of this, and I don't know if anyone has actually heard of this, by inserting the coin into a potato and baking them. Something about the heat, the starch, and all that stuff. Now, am I going to go sticking any of my silver in a potato and baking it? No. Am I going to wipe sulfur or liver on it? Probably not. Here's that one again. Probably not. But see, a lot of these rounds, see, just got a nice subtle tone to it, and I like that. I like that better than probably, I'm not gonna lie, I do like shiny, clean, brilliant white silver. But when I go somewhere and I see something, like if there's two versions of the same coin or same round, I'm gonna get the round one, or the toned one. Sorry. Some of these, I hope you can see them. Most of these are just pretty subtle. You see this just has an overall color change. You can see a little more toning inside. And the details, stuff like that. The back, there's not much to it, but a little toning around the lettering and stuff. There's a MacArthur bar. This one's pretty dark too. This is it's kind of ugly. It's like a dark gray, purple. Not a fan of it 100%. The back's a little nicer because there's some greens in there. Definitely a little purple tone overall to the back. So that's pretty cool. See a little blue in there. So what else I got? Got this one. See, and I think this one was toned over time by sitting in one of those flips, and that's why these corners are like that, because they're exposed to the air when they're inserted in those slips. But see, this one looks kind of cool, right? It's got a little bit of a rainbow coloring around it. San Francisco Mint. San Francisco is not the hottest place in the world anymore, but that's one of my favorite bars as well. Got some Morgans here, right? So these are pretty old. This is my favorite one, and I bought this one because of the toning. Looks real nice. I just think it looks weathered, worn, like it's got stories. It's been around the block. It's got things, you know, it knows what's happening. It has stories. All these have stories because they're sold. You know, these ones, I don't really, they look old and weathered. They don't really look great. They just kind of have this yellow tone to them. I'm not a big fan of that. See the eagle? I'll show this to you one more time. And if you can kind of see that rainbow effect. I kind of want to leave this one out, maybe. Maybe leave this one out on the shelf. I don't know. Just see what happens. We'll see. Let me know if anyone has any suggestions, maybe. Alright, so this one, like I said, a lot of these just have a general kind of tone that just happens over time. You know, all silver. It's going to tone eventually. It's just what's going to happen. I mean, you can slow the process down, put in airtights, things like that, but eventually your silver will tone. See what, like here, this is probably the last thing I show you, y'all. But I have these 4. They're all the same. Liberty A-Mark, Liberty rounds. Varying levels of tone. Well, not this one. This one's different. My bad. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just looks like it's been around for a while. It looks like it's vintage. It looks like it's old, and I like that. All right, a couple more A-marks. I think this is my favorite. See, in this light, it looks brighter than it is. It's pretty dark, and that's kind of a dark red purple tone to it. But I think I have a light that doesn't show the color quite well. And look at this side. Tell me that doesn't look bitchin'. That's all I'm saying. All right, and this is the last one. I'm going to try and wrap it up here, but I still got a couple Hot Wheels to talk about. And, yep, see, this one's probably the least toned. I have one that's almost brilliant, almost not a speck on it. And then I have one that's almost proof-like in there, too. So, it's funny. I have like 5 different ones, and you could line them up and just go down the tone level. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it if you made it this far. That's 13 minutes in. This is where the silver talk stops and the Hot Wheel stuff starts. You know, so here we go. Got a couple Porsches for y'all. Big fan of Porsche. I do not own one. I couldn't afford to own one. PPG, racing livery, Bilstein, Goodyear, 76. I like the 76 on there. So this is a Porsche 935. Metal body, metal base, rubber wheels, you know, just extra details. Sorry if I'm a little shaky. I've overdosed on the caffeine today because I'm so tired. But, all right, here's another one. Porsche 962. It's a beast. Porsche Racing. Yeah, this is nice. Also, metal base, metal body, rubber wheels, just extra detail. Porsche 962. I love it. Love the weight of these. It's kind of like, you know, metal on metal, just like holding silver. Just something about the weight of it in your hand. All right, thanks. Appreciate y'all. Have a very happy and safe 4th of July. I got to work tomorrow. I have the day off, but other than that, I'm on call, so I can't be drinking, so there's also that. Anyway, have a great day. Stay cool. I'm out.